Leader of the third party.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. In the last year, parents in Canada gave their kids more than $10 billion in down payment help. On average, parents gave $82,000 to help their kids buy a house, but fewer than 30% of first-time homebuyers got this help. It's a lot of money. I know that every parent would want to help their child if they could, especially in a housing market as out of reach as BC's, where it can take 35 years to save for a down payment. But not all parents have access to the same resources, and BC's housing crisis is exacerbating the inequality. We treat housing as an investment, as a commodity, so once you're in the market, it pays back in dividends. Those with well-off parents are likely to benefit from their parents' wealth, but those without family wealth are priced out of the home market. My question through you, Honourable Speaker, is to the Attorney General and Minister of Housing. Does this government have a stance on the role and impact of intergenerational wealth in the housing market?
Minister of Finance.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, and I appreciate the member's question. And addressing affordability here in British Columbia, particularly when it comes to the housing market, it continues to be a priority for our government. We've taken significant steps in our first few years in government to bring stability to the housing market. We've had some positive results. Certainly, we've seen through the pandemic increased volatility in the market. And that's why, Honourable Speaker, one of the things we did after our re-election was to invest $2 billion in the Housing Hub to bring affordable home ownership to bear. That's a significant investment. That's on top of the 30,000 homes that are already either open or under development or being built. That's a significant investment in housing affordability. There's certainly much more for us to do, and we're eager to continue doing that work.
Leader of third party, supplemental.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker, and thank you to the Minister for listing these things, but it hasn't actually answered the question that I asked. It's great that some families are able to help their kids out, but the reality is it isn't an option for many British Columbians. Racialized British Columbians, for example, tend to earn less, are less likely to receive income from capital gains and investments, and are more likely to be housing disadvantaged. We lack race-based data, and I know government is currently holding an engagement period on that, but even without the data, it's not a stretch to infer that BC's overblown housing market, intergenerational wealth is a key factor, and racialized British Columbians are being left behind. Through you, again, Honourable Speaker, to the Attorney General and Minister of Housing, what does he believe government's role is in addressing the impacts of intergenerational wealth and systemic racism in the housing market?
Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Well, and I appreciate the member's question, and she said we are gathering the data to better understand how to address the situation, and I know that the member appreciates good data, so that work is being undertaken. But I want to provide members of the House with an example of how the Housing Hub is working. Morgan is a 27-year-old, works in nonprofit, and has a university degree, stable income, a partner, has some savings. Owning a home was just actually very, very difficult for her and her partner. And last summer, Morgan found a partnership with BC Housing and Char Development that would match buyers some form of down payment on a pre-sale condo. And as part of the Housing Hub, with support, was able to get more support for the other part of the down payment. And you know what that meant for her, Mr. Speaker? It meant that the down payment matching program changed everything for her. And this is a quote. She said, "I couldn't believe it. The 10% down payment was suddenly possible, and it was amazing to think that my partner and I could really own a home in a city that we love right here in Victoria." She's excited and grateful for the opportunity, and she and her partner will be moving into their condo in 2023.